Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The sideline scene yesterday turned into an intense spectacle as Quinn, head coach known for his fiery temperament, erupted in frustration during the crucial moments of the game, drawing all eyes on him and his star quarterback, Jayden. Sources close to the team suggest that Quinn's patience had been stretched thin over weeks of highlight-worthy plays that consistently failed to convert into wins. Insiders claim that this outburst was not just a spontaneous display of emotion, but a calculated message aimed at shaking the team's mentality and forcing accountability at the highest level. Witnesses described the coach's body language as almost theatrical in its intensity, pointing fingers, waving arms, and raising his voice in a way that commanded immediate attention from players and staff alike. The tension on the sidelines reportedly escalated quickly, with assistants nervously glancing between Quinn and Daniels, seemingly preparing for any potential confrontation that might follow. While the stadium noise was deafening, the coach's words reportedly cut through with precision, as he repeatedly emphasized that highlight reels without tangible victories would no longer be tolerated. This moment has already sparked debates on social media, with fans dissecting every frame of footage, speculating whether this confrontation could mark a turning point in the team's season or further destabilize morale. According to insiders, Jayden appeared visibly unsettled by Quinn's fiery rhetoric, showing a rare moment of vulnerability in public that has now become fodder for sports analysts everywhere. While Daniels has been praised for his athleticism, playmaking ability, and knack for producing jaw-dropping plays, critics argue that his performances often prioritize spectacle over execution, leaving fans and coaches frustrated when results do not match his highlight reels. Sources within the locker room describe Daniels' demeanor as a mix of shock and reflection, with teammates reportedly giving him both space and subtle encouragement as he processed the coach's words. Rumors are swirling that this confrontation may push Daniels to reevaluate his approach on the field, possibly altering his decision-making style, pacing, and risk assessment during critical plays. Analysts are already predicting that if Daniels internalizes Quinn's message effectively, the team could see a transformation in execution and composure under pressure. Others, however, caution that repeated public outbursts could undermine the quarterback-coach relationship, potentially creating tension that reverberates through the roster. Fans have flooded social media with clips of the incident, debating whether Quinn's approach is the necessary spark or an overreaction that might backfire in the long run. The narrative surrounding this confrontation continues to evolve, with sports commentators already framing it as a pivotal moment in the franchise's ongoing story this season. Observers at the stadium noted that the energy shift on the sidelines was immediate, with the usually lively and confident atmosphere giving way to an almost electric tension, as if everyone could sense the gravity of Quinn's words. Even the players on the field seemed affected by the intensity, with some showing a heightened urgency in their movements, while others appeared distracted by the emotional spectacle unfolding just yards away. Reports suggest that Quinn's fiery speech was punctuated with specific examples of missed opportunities, failed conversions, and moments when Daniels' decisions prioritized personal flair over team success, making the critique feel pointed and highly personalized. While coaches often address performance issues behind closed doors, insiders insist that Quinn's decision to confront Daniels publicly was strategic, designed to resonate with the wider team and communicate a zero-tolerance approach to style over substance. Fans and analysts alike have speculated about the long-term implications of this moment, questioning whether Daniels will adjust his playstyle, whether the team will rally behind Quinn's intensity, or if this could ignite further conflict in future high-pressure situations. Sports media outlets have already begun dissecting every nuance of the interaction, creating a whirlwind of commentary that blends speculation, opinion, and raw emotion into a narrative that refuses to settle. The incident is quickly becoming more than just a sideline outburst. It's a story that defines the current tension and expectations shaping this team's trajectory this season. Inside sources report that Quinn's exact words, delivered with a mix of frustration and determination, were something along the lines of "enough of the highlights without the wins," a line that has now gone viral across platforms, and been repeated endlessly in fan discussions, memes, and sports commentary videos. The impact of this line, though brief, has resonated far beyond the stadium, reflecting a coaching philosophy that prizes results above spectacle, demanding accountability from star players who may be basking too long in the glory of their individual moments. Teammates reportedly expressed mixed reactions, with some seeing it as a motivational turning point, a call to elevate collective focus, while others whispered concerns that constant public criticism might destabilize chemistry if not balanced carefully with guidance and encouragement. Analysts are already debating whether this moment might reshape Daniels' mentality under pressure, influencing his choice of plays, his risk appetite, and even his leadership style in the locker room. The buzz on social media emphasizes this dichotomy. Half of the fan base cheering the coach's intensity and half worried that the outburst could signal brewing tension that undermines team unity. Either way, the incident is a clear example of how high-stakes sports narratives are crafted not only on the field, but also in the raw, human interactions on the sidelines, where every gesture, every word, and every reaction is magnified and immortalized in the collective memory of fans and media alike. Rumors emerging from practice sessions following the game indicate that the energy surrounding the team has shifted, with an increased focus on discipline, execution, and minimizing flashy but low-impact plays. Coaches reportedly emphasized drills designed to balance skill and strategy, subtly reinforcing Quinn's message while keeping the players engaged and motivated. Some insiders suggest that Daniels is now under a microscope, with performance metrics, decision-making patterns, and even body language being closely analyzed to ensure that his on-field choices reflect the team-first mentality Quinn demands. Other players, according to sources, are reacting in a variety of ways, from renewed determination to quiet anxiety, as they adapt to the new intensity level the coach has imposed. Analysts speculate that this heightened scrutiny could result in improved performance under pressure if managed correctly, or in visible tension if players perceive the approach as overly critical. Meanwhile, fan speculation is running wild, with forums, comment sections, and highlight reaction videos dissecting every angle of Quinn's outburst, debating whether this moment will define Daniels' career trajectory or serve as a fleeting, dramatic episode that fades as the season progresses. The narrative around this incident has become almost mythic in nature, capturing the imagination of the sports community while raising questions about leadership, accountability, and the delicate balance between talent and teamwork in high-stakes professional football. Some reports indicate that the franchise itself is monitoring the situation closely, aware that the public nature of Quinn's confrontation could either boost the team's profile and fan engagement or risk creating long-term morale issues if not handled carefully. Marketing insiders have even noted that moments like this, when drama spills from the field into media cycles, often create a surge in engagement, merchandise sales, and overall visibility for the team, though the ethical balance between spectacle and performance pressure is delicate. Conversations with former players suggest that Quinn's approach, while intense, is not unprecedented. Historically, fiery sideline confrontations have both made and broken careers depending on how the players internalize the message. Analysts speculate that Daniels' response in the coming weeks, both in games and in media interactions, will be scrutinized as a bellwether for his maturity, leadership, and adaptability under pressure. Meanwhile, fans have adopted a dual stance, some praising Quinn's boldness, others fearing the development of friction that could disrupt chemistry, while social media commentary often swings wildly between humorous memes and serious analysis. The tension is amplified by the narrative of highlight plays without victories, a storyline that taps into broader frustrations with team performance, individual expectations, and the sometimes conflicting nature of entertainment and results in professional sports. In essence, this sideline explosion has transcended its immediate context, becoming a microcosm of high-stakes football culture where egos, expectations, and leadership collide in a public, often viral, spectacle that shapes perceptions for weeks, if not months, afterward. As the rumor mill around the team continues to churn, insiders suggest that the aftermath of Dan Quinn's sideline outburst has reverberated far beyond the stadium walls, influencing not only practice routines, but also locker room dynamics in subtle, sometimes in visible ways. Sources report that players are now hyper-aware of how their actions are perceived both by the coaching staff and by teammates, leading to a heightened focus on discipline, situational awareness, and consistency in execution. Analysts speculate that the quarterback, Jayden, is under an intense spotlight, with coaches meticulously reviewing film to identify moments where risk-taking might be unnecessarily flashy or detrimental to team outcomes. Observers note that this scrutiny could produce a dual effect, one of accelerated growth for Daniels if he internalizes the lessons correctly, or an increase in tension and overthinking if pressure mounts too heavily. Teammates are reportedly navigating this atmosphere with varying strategies, from bolstering each other's confidence to quietly recalibrating their own approaches to avoid mistakes that might attract public criticism. Fan engagement has reached new heights, with forums, comment sections, and highlight breakdowns dissecting every possible implication of Quinn's words. Rumors suggest that even the coaching staff is divided on whether public accountability or private mentorship will be more effective in transforming raw talent into consistent, winning performance. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. Some sources claim that the conversation sparked by Quinn's "enough of the highlights without the wins" remark has ignited internal debates about leadership, responsibility, and the balance between individual flair and collective execution. Observers note that star players often walk a fine line between showcasing their unique skills and maintaining alignment with team strategy, and Quinn's public rebuke may represent an attempt to recalibrate this balance for the season ahead. Insiders reveal that Daniels has been participating in extended film sessions, studying not only his own decision-making but also patterns in opposing defenses, as if to prove both to himself and the coach that he can translate highlight plays into tangible victories. Meanwhile, social media speculation has run rampant, with fans arguing over whether this confrontation signifies a turning point for Daniels' career, a temporary blip in sideline intensity, or the beginning of a larger narrative about accountability within the franchise. Analysts emphasize that how the quarterback internalizes the pressure could impact leadership dynamics, chemistry, and even future contract negotiations. In the broader context, this moment exemplifies the often unpredictable interplay between raw talent, coaching philosophy, and the public spectacle of professional sports. Rumors continue to suggest that every practice, meeting, and game will now be scrutinized for evidence of transformation, hesitation, or resistance, making the team's trajectory a hot topic for both experts and fans alike. Reports from insiders hint at subtle shifts in team culture following the sideline incident, with an increased emphasis on focus, mental toughness, and situational discipline during training sessions. Observers note that players are adapting to a heightened awareness that performance is not only evaluated by outcome, but also by process, execution, and alignment with strategic objectives. Analysts speculate that Quinn's direct approach may accelerate development for younger players, instilling habits that could prevent highlight-reliant play in favor of consistent team-oriented results. Some sources suggest that veteran players are quietly mentoring teammates on handling pressure, reading defensive schemes, and managing emotional intensity, contributing to a complex ecosystem of peer accountability layered over coaching oversight. Social media reaction remains a constant feedback loop, amplifying rumors, interpretations, and narratives that range from serious critique to humorous exaggeration, all of which feed back into the team's perception of external expectations. Rumors have also circulated that Daniels has privately expressed both determination and introspection, signaling that the public confrontation may have struck a chord. The ongoing buzz paints a picture of a team at a crossroads, where talent, coaching philosophy, and public scrutiny collide, shaping not only immediate outcomes, but the overarching narrative for the season in ways that extend far beyond the confines of the stadium. Industry insiders speculate that the heightened pressure may have broader implications for the franchise's public image, with Quinn's fiery outbursts serving as a viral focal point that draws both admiration and criticism. Analysts point out that leadership styles like Quinn's, while polarizing, often create compelling storylines for media coverage, fan engagement, and social discourse, effectively transforming a single sideline incident into a recurring talking point across platforms. Sources suggest that the quarterback's response, both in games and in interviews, will be analyzed for signs of resilience, maturity, and alignment with the coach's vision, making every decision under pressure a subject of intense scrutiny. Rumors indicate that the coaching staff is closely monitoring Daniels' adaptability, observing whether the quarterback's risk assessment, decision-making, and tempo on the field reflect a true internalization of Quinn's message. Meanwhile, discussions among analysts and fans continue to speculate about the potential long-term impact on team cohesion, leadership dynamics, and strategic execution. Observers note that the sideline confrontation exemplifies the intersection of performance, accountability, and spectacle in modern sports, where a single moment can ripple through training sessions, locker rooms, and social media simultaneously. The narrative surrounding Quinn and Daniels has become emblematic of the tension between individual talent and collective responsibility, generating continuous debate and analysis as the season unfolds. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.